Welcome back, everyone. So, we often see changemakers as superheroes, leading movements, driving progress, and inspiring others. But beneath the accolades and the impact, they are also human beings navigating life's twists and turns. And sometimes, unfortunately, when the big C touches their lives, it can redefine everything. I want you to meet Christina Watson, a registered nurse and licensed esthetician who understands this reality. With over 20 years of experience in patient care, she noticed a need that was being overlooked. Specialized skincare for oncology patients and their caregivers. In Huntsville, Alabama, Christina is making waves through her business, LaZooz Skincare, by combining her medical expertise with a compassionate touch. She's offering much needed support to those facing one of life's toughest challenges. And in today's episode, we're going to speak with Christina, talking about how her innovative approach is enriching her community and providing comfort where it's needed most. Let's dig in. Welcome to Impact Innovators with Felicia Ford, where we dive into the strategies that empower changemaker brands to leave a lasting legacy. Think of this podcast as your audio playbook for meaningful action. What's possible when thought leaders, disruptors, and pioneers align to share their journeys? I'm Felicia Ford, your host, bringing together the brightest minds and the most groundbreaking ideas to help you drive change, navigate through the sticky stuff, and elevate your brand. Whether you're tackling funding hurdles, looking for growth strategies, or seeking the perfect balance between profit and purpose, we've got you covered. Stay tuned and be a part of a movement that's setting new benchmarks in how we think about progress, community, and doing. Let's innovate, impact, and inspire. Christina, welcome.
Thank you so much, Felicia, for having me.
Of course. I always say this with people that, sometimes we spend 15, 20 minutes talking before the button is pressed to record.
Yes, we did.
I'm going to have like a pre and post blooper reel to share, but we didn't record that conversation. I just want to say, for those of you who've been listening for a while, sometimes I have friends on. Well, Christina and I are friends by proxy. I've known her husband since the sixth grade, and we just started talking, and this is the first time we've ever had a conversation. And, we haven't lived in the same place in a very long time, but she's now my sister friend, and I'm so excited for them and what she's doing. So again, Christina, I'm so grateful for your passion and your compassion for people. And I'd love for you to share from your own words what it is about LaZooz Skincare that we need to know.
Okay. Well, LaZooz Skincare gives the client, whether they're going through cancer or not, a place to come and feel safe. I'll never forget when I was a chemotherapy nurse, I had a client, and this is when I lived in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'm doing okay with this new capital C thing that I'm having to deal with. She said, but everybody's so afraid to touch me. She said, I've got my port up here, which is the access for the chemo. My skin's really dry. My nails are kind of like falling apart, almost falling off. And everybody's so scared to touch me, and when they do, it's just you doing okay? The back tap or whatever. And she said, that's probably the number one thing that bothers me is tactile stimulation is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, then once I leave the infusion center and have my chemotherapy, then, I also have radiation and I've got a burn from the breast cancer. And, I don't even want to touch it. So she said, I wish there was a spa or a place that I could go that I, could just forget about the cancer for an hour and a half and not walk in. Because once you have it, everywhere you go get your labs done, you go to the oncologist, the word is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so that always, at this time I was also an esthetician. I've been an esthetician since '08,
Mhm.
but I was working in the cancer center just as an RN, chemotherapy, and I would go down and work in radiation. And that always stuck with me, that no one ever wants to touch me. They're afraid to touch me. So my dream was always to open up a spa. Um, and when I moved to Huntsville, Alabama, I honestly went on a bunch of interviews because I love being a nurse. I
Mhm.
like taking care of people. I started in a nursing home when I was 14 years old. I've always just loved it.
Yeah.
Um, and so when I moved here and went on all these interviews, I thought, I'm not really finding any. I don't think any of these positions are gonna fill my soul at the end of the day.
Mhm.
I want to give back, but I also want to feel like I've made a difference.
Mhm.
Um, and I said, I want to open up a spa and support cancer patients. Not exclusively, of course. I welcome everybody,
Mhm.
but they need a place to feel supported and nurtured, and their family members need to feel supported and nurtured. And it's wellness. If we don't take care of ourselves from the inside out, um, it really starts to self destruct. You don't see it right away, but in the later years, as you know, the body starts breaking down,
Mhm.
and if we can take care of it and love and nurture all the senses, touch, smell, taste, um, and promote relaxation, I think and overall we're generally all healthier.
Right.
So with all of that, I wanted to provide a place where people could come and feel at home, forget about whatever they're going through for an hour and a half. Most of my treatments are 75 to 90 minutes. And it really meant a lot to me to be able to provide that. So it's so much easier when you have a dream. For me, it is when you have a dream and you can actually see the difference in yourself, because I
Mhm.
see the difference in myself uh, doing this, because I'm taking care of people,
Mhm.
which is my favorite thing to do. And it's also filling my soul at the same time. So it's a win win for everybody. So LaZooz, I use all my products and services. They don't have any harmful toxins. I got a certification from the Oncology Spa Solutions School that was started by Becky Keene. She had cancer in the 70s and also remembered when she had cancer that her skin was lacking moisture, elasticity, and wanted to teach estheticians how to take care of cancer patients while they were either radiation, surgical, or on chemotherapy. So it was a lovely class. It was all online, but you had the option to go to DC for your hands-on practical. But she took us through, and she's not a nurse, but she's very knowledgeable and probably could actually take care of some cancer patients in the hospital. She just knows that much. Um, but all the products are they've been evaluated by the doctors, by the chemists, hours of research. Because when you have cancer, you can react to things that you and I aren't going to react to because our immune systems
Mhm.
are healthy
Right.
and their immune system is not. So they can react. They're very photosensitive. They have the photosensitivity. So you just can't go and put any type of products on these patients.
Right.
You know, that's the worst, kind of the worst thing. A
Mhm.
rash, they can start to become nauseous. There's a lot of things that can happen to cancer patients if you're not using the right products. So it means so much to me to empower people um, to use good products, because I think there's over 500 to 800 different products out there, whether they're made in Japan or here or Mexico or wherever. And on the bottle, if you really aren't familiar with how to research and know the ingredients on the back, they'll say that it's organic, that the products are green, that they're non-toxic. And as soon as I turn the bottle around and look at it, I just smile and put it right back down on the shelf because it's in this country, the FDA doesn't approve skin products like they do in Europe.
Mhm.
And so, and it's just it's hurtful to my soul because people are thinking that they're using these really good products.
Mhm.
Send me, I'll say, well, what products are you using? And they'll send them to me, and take pictures and show me, and I'll look at them, and then I'll take an hour or so to research all the ingredients that are in the product, and I'll think, oh my gosh, this is the worst product.
Oh,
And so I kind of have to tread lightly because I'm on this esthetician Facebook feed.
uh-huh.
Really, these new cute, we call them, we're all esties, and young, you could tell they're, in their 20s and they're so excited. They just graduated. And they'll say, well, what products should I use, you guys? I'm going to open up my own spa and I need to know what products are the best. And I'll read all of the different, the feedback, and I'll just think, oh, that's the worst product ever. It's got phenoethanol in it. It's got PEG in it. It's got PPG in it. It's not a good product. And I know we can't all live in a bubble. I know that, there's going to be times where, it's different nowadays. We're not all living on farms where all of our groceries and our hair products are made in the kitchen and all this. I get it. But if you think about it, if you're putting products on your body twice a day, your skin is our biggest organ.
Our biggest organ,
It
right?
does not hide things well
Right.
at all. And if you love it, it'll love you back. But you have to know the right way to love your skin. And so ingredients are probably more important to me than anything. And
Wow.
I've spent at least 1,000 hours researching every product on the market. Um, and I have an issue because I'm allergic to tree nuts, so
Mhm.
I can't use anything in my spa with that has tree nuts. And almond oil is a lovely moisturizer.
Mhm.
Macadamia nut oil,
Mhm.
but I can't use that because I can't put it on you and then massage, and then I'll break out in hives.
Mhm.
So it took me hours and hours to find the right product for the cancer patients and for the non-cancer patients that would benefit all of us. And so I love the products I use. And the products, even the IN, it's called intelligent nutrients.
Mhm.
Those are not the products that I purchase for the cancer patients, but they're so safe and non-toxic that I actually could use them
Mhm.
on cancer patients. But I purchase, it's called O Skin Love, and that's from Becky Keene's School
Okay.
of Oncology. So those are the products that we use on the cancer patients, but they're lovely. I mean, I put them on myself. They don't have much of a fragrance.
Mhm.
So if you're really into fragrance, you probably would walk away and think, I need something that smells good.
Mhm.
But I tell you, as far as nurturing the skin and rebuilding the cells and increasing the cell turnover rate, which
Mhm.
keeps us young,
Right.
the products are also very amazing. So I appreciate all that Becky has done and the work because I'm benefiting from taking her course. And now I can love and nurture and spread it around the world. And skin, I mean, it just makes, I just get so excited over it. It's something.
Christina, I'm sitting over here in awe, and I usually have my notebook right beside me as I'm doing these interviews so I can like jot things down, but my neurons are firing in my brain because you touched on so many things. I'm going to go backwards, but
Okay.
you talked about the course that you took with the lady Betty in DC and
Yes.
how much she's transformed. But I'm sitting here listening to you. You're so passionate, so knowledgeable, and you just took us through a crash course, Christina. And
I, I,
I'm like, whoa, whoa. And I'm thinking like, okay, does Christina offer either consulting or a course or a workbook or an e-guide or PDF or something on which products are best? Because I'm not even gonna lie, right? Like as a change maker myself, as someone who runs a nonprofit and a business, my life is busy. I'm grateful for the women in my life who support me, who are on my team. You know, I practice self-care. My massage therapist comes and does my massages at home. I
Good.
don't have an esthetician, but you best believe if I was in Huntsville, Alabama, I would be knocking on your door saying, how frequently do we need to see each other? But
Yes.
as someone who, so I'm gonna just break it down and let you share with us.
Okay.
I am someone who is allergic to all the things, so I cannot do fragrances at all. I
Oh,
use unscented lotion, unscented soap, unscented washing powder, laundry detergent, hair
yeah.
products, right? So I felt as you were speaking, I was like, okay, um, we have to be concerned about all the things and not just, one of the things because it's not as effective. But
Right.
if you had someone, and then I'll go back to another question, but if you have someone who is conscious of these decisions, and like you said, as a cancer patient or not, what is something that you recommend to them with even just getting started with exploring your services?
So I always begin with, what are you doing now? Because coming to get a facial with me is very beneficial. But if you're not going to use good products, forget it. I mean, it really is. It's not that it's a waste of time or money, but in a sense, it kind of is because
Mhm,
you're only going to get a facial. You're only going to come in probably 4 or 6 weeks to see me,
mhm,
and what you're doing on a daily basis is more important than coming to get a facial, once a month.
mhm,
And so, first of all, the first thing I ask them is, what are you doing now? And are you a person that are you on the go? Or, do you have time to go through 3 to 5 steps in the morning and at night?
mhm,
Or are you the person that's on the go all the time? You need a cleanser that you don't have to have a sink and you don't need to rinse it off. What sunscreen are you wearing? Because we are supposed to get 15 minutes of sunscreen or sun a day,
mhm,
but sunscreen is very important also, especially for us women who are having the hormonal change. So starting around in the 40s, sunscreen is very important, especially with um, um, women of color,
mhm.
because the hormones make everything change, and
Oof,
nothing's right. Everything
nothing.
gets all construed and upset and angry, and hair changes and your nails and skin. It's I'm going through it, and I tell you what, nobody warned me.
No one warned. I saw on Threads the other day, someone called it the second puberty that no one told us about.
It's like
Okay.
a train comes through and just
Yes.
it's and so I because if you have to meet people where they're at,
Mhm,
and some people will take the time and spend 30 minutes in the bathroom, doing the night, the cream, the mask, the toner, the this and that. And
mhm,
other people, they just don't have time for that and they're not going to do it.
mhm,
So that's the first thing I kind of, what are you willing, how much time are you willing to take on a skin regimen?
mhm,
And so both of the products, we can do 5 steps and make a difference with your skin. We can do 3 steps and make a difference with your skin. So I've made sure that I can meet everybody where they're at, whether they're young, old, cancer, non-cancer. They just want to moisturize for their body. I've got that. I
mhm,
also make a detoxifying body scrub, and
mhm.
it's so funny because we're going to bring up your bestie from 6th grade, my husband Andre. So when we first got together, now he's got a big beard. I don't know if you've seen him lately, but he's got a
No.
big beard now. He needs to show you his beard. It's pretty phenomenal. It's big and pretty and thick, and
Uh-huh.
he had the worst folliculitis. He would shave
Mhm,
and he would get this huge rash. Black men suffer from it all. It's horrible and it's itchy and it
mhm,
burns, or they get it in the back of their head
mhm,
after they go to the barber. And then he's pretty hairy, which most Black men are not covered in hair, but he is. And so he would get these boils and on the back of his legs. And so it was so fun to get in there. And I said, I need to make a scrub for you because you are really suffering from, it was fun for me because
Yeah.
I'm an esthetician and love to pick and do all that lovely stuff. But for him, it was very painful. It was itchy and
Yeah.
painful. And the summertime, if the sun got on the razor burn, or folliculitis is the medical term for it, it was painful for him.
Mhm.
I made him this scrub, and I've redone, I've kind of played around with it. I used to put honey in it, but I no longer put honey in it, which honey's really good, but it made it too tacky and clumped together. So I've had to redo it a few times. But his skin, and he can tell you, he doesn't get a pimple, a bump, a boil on his leg. His skin it's beautiful.
Wow.
And I'm so proud of my scrub. I'm proud
Yeah.
of a lot of things, but I'm very proud of my scrub
Yeah.
because it truly, my cousin was talking about razor burn when she shaves, gave it to
Mhm.
her. She said, "Oh my gosh, I don't have any more bumps down there. My bikini line is clean, and you can shave with it. You can put it on and actually shave
Use
with it,
it.
like a
Oh.
shaving cream, as
Yeah.
well as so I'm very proud of my scrub, and I have to thank Andre for that because if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have ever, made it or
Right, right.
been. I got to do something. I got to make a difference for you because it was fun for me, but now his skin is perfect and there's never anything to address, which I'm always looking at him for something. I said, "Man, your skin's so pretty." So he uses my scrub. It's in the shower and he uses it probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Wow. So is your scrub available like for sale or
Yes. I
it?
used to give it away for gifts and Christmas presents and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
it really does make a difference. And for cancer patients, once you have your port taken out, your skin is really itchy, because it's been, the port usually stays in for quite a while.
Mhm.
And so, the scar can keloid. It can become very itchy and scratchy, even if it's been removed 2 or 3 years, even if you're 2 or 3 years out. And it really helps with the itchiness and healing the skin where the port has been placed for cancer patients. And it's got really handsome ingredients in it that are they're just detoxifying. They love the skin, nourish the skin. So
Oh.
I'm very excited about it, my scrub. So
Well,
yes.
what's the name of the scrub? I'm excited about your scrub too because I am sitting here number 5 on my list. As you were speaking, I was thinking about I believe it was like episode 26, 27. And I spoke with Dr. Chi Chi, who is a medical doctor but also now a holistic health coach. And she specializes in working with women, well, anyone, but
Yes.
in particular, who've experienced or are experiencing hypertension and obesity and things like that. But she, much like you, has just like taken the scientific work and the experience and the expertise and identified for her it was herself being diagnosed in her 40s with hypertension and she's a Navy veteran. She's super fit. She's got this like, super intense physical fitness routine, but her stress levels, right, were contributing to, you know,
Yes.
her diagnosis. And so I just love how you have brought in this real life experience as well, not just in the work that you've done, but with your husband. And it's like, here
Yes.
we go. We've got a new thing. So what's the name of the scrub?
It's LaZooz body scrub. So
Okay.
I just kept it. But
Okay.
when we get finished,
Yeah,
I want you to, if you don't mind, email me your address, and
of
I will
course.
send you some. I will
Thank
send you some.
you. Thank
Yes.
you. Oh, the
Yes.
benefits of having friends in high places.
I would love for you to, and knowing that your
Oh.
skin is sensitive, mine is too. I mean,
Mhm.
I'll break out. from anything, pretty much.
Anything. Right, right. And
Yes.
then as you were speaking, I'm thinking about the change makers in spaces where they're piling on layers and layers of makeup a day, right? I'm not going to say who this person is, but I know someone who wears lots of makeup. And I asked them
Mhm.
once, well, what do you use as a cleanser? And they were like, a what?
Oh,
Exactly.
oh, bless
That
their
was my
heart. Well,
face too.
oh, see.
They
Oh,
had the exact facial expression. I was like, oh, baby.
your pores are just
Your poor
clogged all the
pores.
time.
Right, your poor
I
pores.
know, I know. And that's another thing, makeup. There's some good makeup out there, and there's some interesting makeup too. And I know
Right.
it all looks good, but people, I don't think we all, and even me, until I took this course,
Mhm,
nursing school teaches you, you spend a little bit of time on the cardiovascular, the heart, then you
mhm.
spend some time on the skin. But I don't think I ever really realized how important the skin is.
Right.
I mean, it's the biggest organ.
Mhm.
It it you've got a million pores, and anything you put on your skin, it goes right into your bloodstream.
Right.
So it's the things that you put onto your skin are just as important as what you eat.
Mhm.
They say you are what you eat.
Mhm.
It's the this and I didn't realize that. I'm thinking, wow, I'll just use, it says it's moisturizing lotion. Okay, let's use it. Let's buy it. Let's
Right.
put it on. And once I took this course, I was really I felt a certain way because I thought, I'm so sorry. I've been putting stuff on, been, talking, I don't talk to myself like that, but it's like, I'm sorry, skin. I've been putting all these toxic things on you, and it
Right.
makes your
Right.
liver have to work harder because and like I said, we can't live in a bubble,
Mhm.
but if I can make a difference,
Mhm.
just one facial at a time, for other people, and
Mhm.
encourage, people to make conscious choices
Mhm.
about skincare.
Mhm.
Hey, I at the end of the day, I'm feeling real good about that.
And I'm so glad that you are here. I mean, I would say a few people, and I've said this, people are probably going to hear this now 3 times, but self-identifying as a change maker, right? I certainly identify you as a change maker in the space of advocating for skincare. Some people may see having an esthetician or getting a facial as a luxury. And they may think like, oh, that's not for me. That's for people. That's for a different set of people. But I'm like, no, it's for everyone. It's like going to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned, right? Right. Share with us, Christina, why it's so important to take care of yourself in this way.
Well, um, first of all, it research has shown that it promotes relaxation, decreases depression and anxiety. And I don't know about you, but my family, some of my family members, they struggle from anxiety, and I think we all do in a little way, and
Hmm.
and we don't even recognize sometimes what it is,
Hmm.
or that you're having a little bit of anxiety, or um, or you're panicking,
Hmm.
and I'm not trying to say that we're all we should all be diagnosed with some psychosocial issue, panic
Hmm.
attacks, and but in this day, we have to admit, some days we wake up and everything's smooth sailing, and other days we wake up, and whether it's your job, whether it's getting to work, whether you have kids, um, taking care of your skin is just one less thing that if you because if you don't, the older we get, you're going to start to see the declining of you don't make as much collagen,
Hmm.
we don't stay as moisturized. Older people, especially in the winter time, they my grandma always complains that her skin is so dry. it's it's such an easy thing to do, and it's so beneficial.
Hmm.
You feel better. um, we have to drink a lot of water. And if you remember, the more water you drink, the more hydrated your skin your skin will be,
Mhm.
which is encouraging for me because I'll forget to drink it. I'm not busy during the day or whatnot. And
Right,
I need to drink my water because not only is it good for me inside, but it's also good for my skin.
right.
We all want to look our best. I think we do
Mhm.
for the most part, and we're all going to age. And there's all this, all of these medical spas, and I love what they do. I think it's great that we have the ability to change if you want to change something. I think that's really, I think it's great that we're able to do that, but it comes from the inside out.
Mm,
So if you're just taking care of the exterior, that's not going to benefit you in the long run.
right.
And if you don't take care of your skin, it also speeds up the aging process. And speeding up the aging process is not just about skin, it's also about your heart and your kidneys and your liver,
Right.
all your organs. So it's a I say it's simple. You have to be dedicated. You
Mhm.
have to be dedicated to get up in the morning, drink your water, at least do 3 steps. You can do the micellar cleanser. All you need is a cotton ball. You
Mhm.
don't need water. You don't need a sink. So it's great for athletes. It's great for people on the go.
Mhm.
My son who has bad acne, it's wonderful for him because he's got football and he doesn't shower. He's sweating all day long
Right.
and you're not showering. So then your pores get clogged and you get blackheads. And um, our skin, taking care of our skin should be very high on our list. Um, and it's easy. And if you just take 5 minutes
Mhm.
in the morning and at night, you're using the right products, you will see a big difference. You really will, and you'll feel better. You'll feel
Amazing.
better. Yeah.
Amazing. I feel better just talking to you and and I'm like, oh, I've been doing this. I have my morning routine and my night routine. But I would encourage those of you who are listening or reading, if you have questions about what you can do for your skincare, you want to connect with Christina. Christina, do you offer anything like for virtual clients or do you have virtual consultations or anything like that?
I would be happy to start doing that. Yes, I think it would be very helpful. And people sometimes live far away, so if we can have a conversation, I mean, you can do something as simple as doing an oatmeal honey mask. I mean,
Mhm.
if you can't afford to buy really good products,
Mhm.
or if you don't have the means or the time, you can create something really good in your kitchen. Lemon juice is really
Mhm.
good to balancing the pH if you've got skin breakout. There's different things that you can do just in your kitchen that
Mhm.
don't cost a lot of money or take a lot of time.
Mm.
And I think empowering each other and helping each other, um, in any capacity is a great way to give back. And I all of my services and products, 10% of I should say, any facial that I do on a non-cancer patient, 10% of the profits go towards a cancer patient winning a free facial.
Oh.
So for the month of October, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm
Mhm.
really hoping to get a little bit busier so that I can give some free facials to some cancer
Ah,
patients. So
amazing, amazing. So if someone wanted to support you, I think when this airs, it'll likely be after that, but I can certainly send out some notices to my email community and then share also on social some previews. But how can we connect with you online if we are not in Huntsville, Alabama?
I have a website, and then Instagram and Facebook. And my friend, Danae Carter, who owns a med spa in Ellicott City, Maryland, she's amazing. She's been in business for about 3 years, and she's one of my best friends, and she's going to help me. So I have to admit, I'm really good with people.
Mhm,
If
mhm.
you get me, I mean, I can run a code, I can resuscitate, deliver babies, take care of your skin, but all this social media stuff is not my thing.
It's okay.
And I, I struggle, and Andre gets very irritated with me sometimes. I do my best. I can make do. I can get
Yeah,
by,
yeah.
but Danae is going to, she said, girl, we got to get you up and running because you're struggling on the social media. And I said, I know, I don't know I don't really know what I'm doing. And so with that said, I do have Instagram, I do have Facebook, and then I have my website as well. Would you like me to?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so LaZooz, LAZOOZ Skincare, all one word, .com is my website. And then for Facebook, it's the same thing. And then for Instagram, it's LAZOOZSC for skincare, just SC.
All right.
So I'm actually going to work with her next month. I'm super excited about it. She does all this. She does a million things in her spots. It's quite, she's had to move 3 times because she's grown that much
Oh, wow.
in just 3 years. She had a
Mhm.
little studio, outgrew that, then moved to another place, outgrew that, and then she's getting ready to relocate again. But I'm going to go work with her. And she said, I'm going to show you everything. You're going to feel comfortable making videos because
Yeah.
I do. I'm kind of old school. So when I opened the business, I got my rack cards and my business cards and I got in my car and I said, I'm going to drive around and just deliver to businesses. Well, as you know, that's a great thing. However,
Yeah.
I have to meet the world where it's at, as I know, and I've got to get a little bit more. I got to put myself out there socially. So
Yeah.
I know that, but she's going to help me. She said, you're gonna
Amazing.
be so comfortable making videos and doing stuff. Your family is going to be tired of you. They're going to say, "Oh God, please not another video."
Well, I
So
have to agree because I mean, you are a great storyteller. You have great presence. You know your stuff, of course. And I think that your audience will love to see you and hear you. And I'm so grateful again that you shared your gifts with me and my audience. And kudos to your friend for helping you out with the social. Um,
yes.
but this has been incredible, Christina. Is there anything that you would like to leave with us today?
Um, all I want to say, well, a couple things. Thank you for having me, of course. And um, I love that I'm able to take care of people in this capacity,
Mhm.
and I love that I love the fact that when you walk into my spa, you always feel better than you did when you got there.
Mm,
And I think as a community, we all should find a way to give back in some form,
mhm,
because we do need each other.
mhm.
We might think that we don't, but we all need each other. And the healthier we are, we all feel better. And then we're more friendly.
Yes.
And we're not, we don't have as much road rage, and we're kind, and we open the doors for each other. And I think it's like a domino effect. The better we take care of ourselves, the better we feel.
Mm.
And then the better we want to make other people feel. And we treat people better when we feel better.
Oh,
So we got to take care of our skin. It's, if you love it, it'll love you back. It's really that simple. So that's my if you love it, it'll love you back. That's
oh,
kind of my
such a powerful ethos. Thank you, Christina. Hey, Changemaker, real quick before you go, if today's episode helped you in some way, the best way to thank me is to head over to Apple Podcasts, subscribe to the channel, and leave a review. I'd also love to connect with you over on social. You can find me at Friends Call Me Fee. Until next time, keep changing the game.